Hello, I'm Anthony Beckner, COO of Paradise Exteriors, a lead contractor with Ygrene and proud partner for over 5 years. Ygrene is a unique program that a lot of people have a lot of questions about. Today we're going to answer some of those questions. I'm here with Aaron from Ygrene. Aaron, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me. Like you said, I'm a senior regional area manager for Ygrene. Worked for the company about 5.5 years now. I've been partnered up with you guys for 5 of those 5.5 years, so we have a lot of history together. The Ygrene program is becoming a very popular program, but there still seems to be a lot of questions about how it works. It's a very unique type of financing. We're proud to say that we've helped a lot of homeowners do their windows and doors and roofing and solar and lots of great projects. But because of its uniqueness, there is a lot of questions that surround the financing. So hopefully we'll be able to cover a lot of those questions and get people the answers they're looking for.
Okay, great. So first question's a basic one. What is Ygrene financing?
Ygrene is simply a finance company that administers a city-county program/partnership called PACE financing. PACE is a state statute that Ygrene administers. So it's a finance program that has a lot of flexibility to it. We've helped over 60,000 homeowners in the state of Florida right now. It's become a very popular way to finance some of these more expensive home improvements.
What is PACE financing?
That's a common question. I get this question all the time. Is Ygrene PACE? Is PACE Ygrene? Ygrene's a finance company that administers PACE. PACE is the city-county program. All the county commissioners have voted this program in to be accessible to all the citizens of many counties here in the state of Florida. PACE is actually an acronym. It stands for Property Assessed Clean Energy. So it's a program that you can only use for things that make your home either more energy efficient or hurricane protected. So no, you can't use this for a kitchen or a bathroom, but you can use it for a number of other improvements that can really help you out.
Is PACE a discount program or a government subsidy?
Good question. We get this question quite a bit at Ygrene, and the short answer is no. It's not a government program. It's really a city-county partnership that we've established. The county commissioners have voted this in to be available to the citizens of Palm Beach County, Broward County, Miami-Dade, lots of counties around the state of Florida. But it is a tax assessment that does need to be repaid.
What are the typical payments that people see with the Ygrene program?
Well, of course, that depends completely on the size of the project. But because Ygrene does offer extended payback periods, we are able to offer people a very low monthly payment, something a lot more comfortable than a lot of the traditional financing options offer. And a lot of times, once you factor in some of those savings factors, like the ability to lower your electric bill every month and lower your homeowner's insurance, a lot of times people can often save as much on those things as their Ygrene payment is every month, which almost kind of negates the payment. You're breaking even, and technically these improvements can pay for themselves.
What are the typical financing rates that you see?
The base rate at Ygrene is 7.99%. So that's where it starts off. We do give the opportunity to get lower rates if the homeowner wants to buy down that rate. Some people do, some people don't. If you're going to hang on to this tax assessment for an extended period of time, it's typically worth it to buy it down. If your plan is to hold on to this just a couple of years or something like that, then you got to do out the math and consider if buying down the rate is really worth it.
Wow, 7.99 for 30 years. What a great rate.
Yeah, it is. It's very competitive. A lot of people like to compare Ygrene rates to mortgage rates of today because mortgage rates are at an all-time low. But it's really a different type of scenario. Our money is derived from different places. This is a home improvement loan. Typically on traditional financing, the rates are definitely higher than where we start out at. I see starting rates on traditional financing at 9.99%. So 7.9 is pretty good.
Yeah, and that 9.99% is typically only for 10 years as well. So definitely on a longer term loan, Ygrene's a great option for those lower payments.
Absolutely. Yeah, those extended terms really help people get a more comfortable payment they can afford.
Now, is there options if you want to reduce the amount of time for a Ygrene loan, or is 30 years the only option?
No, 30 years is our longest term. We do have several other terms that people can choose from. So we start off at 10 years, 15, 20, 25, or 30 years. So we've got 5 different terms. And again, lots of people take out the 30-year term but end up paying it off in 5 or 6, 7 years. Don't let the 30-year term scare you, because we have no prepayment penalty, and a lot of people do end up paying it off significantly faster.
So is Ygrene PACE financing considered a loan?
It is a loan. It's a unique type of loan, and a lot of people kind of have initially a difficult time kind of understanding how this financing works. It's a tax assessment that we're adding to your property taxes. So it just gets simply added to your existing tax liability. So if your taxes, let's say, are $3,000 a year and you do a $20,000 window project through Paradise, let's say that's a $2,000 a year assessment. Now your taxes are $5,000 a year. It's the three that you had plus the $2,000. So most people pay their taxes on a monthly basis into an escrow account, so the mortgage company actually ends up paying your taxes for you at the end of the year. If that's how you pay your taxes now, that's how you'll pay this.
Okay.
You just take the annual assessment that we're adding to your taxes, divide it by 12, and that's your monthly payment that you need to increase your escrow contribution for, so that at the end of the year, it's in the escrow account when your mortgage company goes to pay your taxes.
Do you have to pay that monthly?
If that's how your mortgage company collects your taxes now, then that's how they're going to want to continue doing it. If you don't have a mortgage, then you don't have an escrow account. There are people that have their houses paid off, obviously, and those people pay their taxes once a year, so you would pay this once a year along with your normal tax bill. If you pay your taxes once a year, then you're going to pay your Ygrene assessment once a year.
Got it.
If you pay your taxes monthly into an escrow account, then that's how you'll pay this.
Okay. Does Ygrene result in a tax lien?
People seem to get really worked up about that word lien. And this is a tax assessment that gets added to your current tax liability. So again, this is a voluntary lien, and once it's paid off, it drops off and your taxes go back to where they were before. Very easy.
Very easy. So how does somebody find out if they qualify for Ygrene financing?
The best way to find out if you qualify for Ygrene financing is to get in touch with an elite contractor like Paradise Exteriors. All their sales reps are trained to handle applications, answer all your questions, and you can also depend on our customer service department as well. We're open crazy hours at Ygrene. We're open till 12:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, so there's never a point in time where you wouldn't be able to get a hold of somebody that can help you out with your questions.
That's great. How are approvals for Ygrene financing determined?
The way that we determine if somebody is approved or not is we have some underwriting criteria. So a benefit of the program is that the underwriting criteria is pretty straightforward. It's not difficult to get approved for Ygrene financing. So as long as you have 10% equity in your property, you're up to date on your mortgage, you're not currently in bankruptcy, and you've paid your property taxes on time for the past 3 years, you should get approved.
That's great. What credit score does somebody need to qualify for Ygrene?
Trick question. So again, and one of the benefits of this program is that our financing is not contingent on your credit score at all. Actually, the property has to qualify, not you personally. So we don't look at credit score as an underwriting criteria. So you don't have to have perfect credit in order to get approved. Again, we look at things like equity and have you paid your taxes on time for the past 3 years? Are you up to date on your mortgage or currently in bankruptcy? So your credit score, we don't qualify that.
Got it. So Ygrene financing is a really great way for somebody without any credit score to be able to obtain a new roof, a new windows, and to really help improve their home.
Absolutely, absolutely. We help a lot of people that are kind of in a sticky situation, maybe with credit or whatever, and may not be able to qualify for traditional financing. So what does somebody do in that situation? Do they continue letting the roof leak or have their family unprotected without any impact windows? With this program, it really does help a lot of people and enable a lot more people to do those more expensive home improvements.
Would improve your credit?
Actually, that's one of the advantages of the financing is that it doesn't even show up on your credit at all. Some people even call it ghost financing because the property has to qualify, not really you personally. So it doesn't add to your debt to income ratios. It's not even on your credit whatsoever. We do a credit pull because we have to verify that you're up to date on your mortgage and not currently in bankruptcy. but beyond that, it doesn't show up on your credit at all. So we're not going to weigh you down, affect your debt to income ratios. If you can save your credit for that kitchen upgrade or for the swimming pool or whatever else you want to use your credit for, having a Ygrene assessment is not going to slow you down from using your credit in other ways that you might need to use it.
That's great. So that's two great advantages. It's not based off of your credit, and it doesn't affect your debt to income ratio. What are some other great advantages of the Ygrene program?
Well, it's just fast, easy, accessible financing. Another thing that people really kind of appreciate is that we offer extended terms. Up to 30 years you can finance this for, which gives people a more comfortable monthly payment. We're really making this a lot more affordable for the average American. So another benefit of the Ygrene program is we have a very easy payoff. We do allow you to pay towards principal, and Ygrene kind of does it a unique way. You're allowed to make one additional principal payment per year. It's got to be $2,500 or more. But when you do that, that payment goes directly towards principal, and then we'll re-amortize the loan or spread it back out over the remaining years left in your term, which makes your next year's assessment go down. So your payment essentially can go down over time. You know, like what other scenario in life can you think of that your payment will go down over time as you make principal payments? You know, certainly not your house payment, not your car payment, but with this, it can. So definitely a feature that a lot of people kind of appreciate is the easy payoff.
Oh, that's great. Now, is there any prepayment penalty?
No prepayment penalty whatsoever. You can call up Ygrene and make a principal payment, again, once a year, $2,500 or more. You can pay off a chunk or you can pay off the entire thing, but there is no prepayment penalty.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, what additional protection does a homeowner get by financing through Ygrene?
There's a number of different protection things that we've kind of set up. And first off, we vet the contractors thoroughly. We have a contractor registration department that checks all the licenses. He checks their insurance, make sure they have workers' comp, make sure that they don't have excessive complaints with the Better Business Bureau. We go in and we look at their Google reviews. So not every contractor out there can be a Ygrene contractor per se. We like to think that we work with the best contractors in the business.
What if somebody has an issue with their contractor?
The benefit of using Ygrene is you kind of have a third-party mitigator. If you're at ends with your contractor, or they're doing something that you didn't really like, or they're not doing the work that maybe you thought that they were going to do, at least now with Ygrene, you have somebody that will get involved and help you try and resolve the issue. It happens sometimes, but Ygrene's happy to get involved and hopefully put that issue to rest.
Paradise Exteriors is proud to be an elite contractor for Ygrene. What does that exactly entail?
Well, first of all, there's a very small pool of contractors that have been able to reach the level of being an elite contractor. It's a number of different qualifications. You got to have a certain amount of volume over an extended period of time. We're not looking to partner up with just any contractor. We really appreciate the relationship that we have with Paradise because of the quality of work that you guys do. The number of satisfied customers that you guys have had over the years is really quite impressive. So Ygrene is pleased and happy and honored to have partnered up with you guys to really help build this finance side of your business and offer this program to customers that maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to afford to do and take advantage of doing windows or roofing with Paradise.
That's great. What would be an advantage of working with an elite contractor with Ygrene?
The real benefit of working with an elite contractor is you know that you're working with the best of the best. You're going to get a quality install, you're going to have great customer service, and you're working with a company that's going to do what they say they're going to do.
What improvements are available for Ygrene funding?
Good question. I think there's technically hundreds of improvements. Close to like 55% of our business is actually impact windows and doors. And then next in line is roofing. After that comes air conditioning. Solar is another popular one. You can also use this for insulation, hot water heaters, pool pumps, for LED lighting upgrades, electrical upgrades. Those are the most common things that you can use this for.
Got it. So it sounds like a lot of it has to do with energy conservation.
Right. Yeah. The program was really established to ultimately lessen the carbon footprint of us here on Earth. We're hoping that people can afford to do these more expensive home improvements, which will lessen their carbon footprint.
Where is Ygrene's PACE financing available?
We are available in over 250 municipalities. I think we have something like 30 counties or so available. We're everywhere in Palm Beach County, everywhere in Broward and Dade. We're still working on a number of other counties to join the program, and hopefully we'll be everywhere throughout Florida here in the near future.
What about on the west coast of Florida? Are you guys available there as well?
We are available. We have a number of counties available as far as our financing goes over there. There are some counties that we are in the process of getting them onboarded as we speak.
Tell me a little bit about what happens to the loan when somebody sells their home.
Okay, a common concern there as far as homeowners go. This is a tax assessment that gets added to your property taxes, right? That's how this works. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to get paid off at closing. So whatever proceeds that you would receive, the remaining balance that you have on your Ygrene assessment, it just gets paid off. But hopefully you're going to get more for your house because you did this beautiful window project to put a new roof on it. Again, it just gets paid off at closing along with the other things that need to get paid at closing.
Yeah, of course, your home's going to sell more with a new roof or new windows.
That's the whole idea, absolutely, yeah.
What happens if somebody misses a payment through the Ygrene program?
If somebody was to miss a payment, that would mean that they weren't paying their property taxes. If you're not paying your property taxes, then I would assume that that also means that you're probably not paying your mortgage or a lot of your other bills per se. If you don't pay your taxes, then eventually, yes, the county is going to come and put a tax lien on your property. And they would eventually foreclose on your property if you didn't satisfy that lien. It takes a long time for that to happen. I think it's a common misconception that with this program, people are losing their houses when I don't know that anybody has ever lost their house to Ygrene financing ever in the history of PACE. You would lose your house a whole heck of a lot faster to the bank if you weren't paying your mortgage. I think they give you 30 days before you're foreclosed on, whereas this, if you're not paying your Ygrene assessment, that means you're not paying your property taxes, and that takes a much longer time to ever have anything detrimental happen to you as far as possession of your property.
What are some misconceptions about the Ygrene program?
Well, we've touched on a number of these different things here, but I would say one of the more common misconceptions is that the lien is probably one of the bigger ones where people get really worried or scared about having a lien on their property when it probably won't really affect them. Another common misconception is that because you take out a 30-year term, you have to hold on to this for 30 years. Many people do not. They take the 30-year term because they want the lowest monthly payment, but then they end up paying this off significantly faster. You can pay it off in 2 years if you wanted to. There's no prepayment penalty. So the overall flexibility really helps in that scenario. Another common misconception is that there is a prepayment penalty when there is not. So people can call up Ygrene, make principal payments at no extra cost. And probably one of the most common misconceptions about Ygrene is that it's only for people with credit challenges, when that's not really true. We have a lot of people that have very good credit that choose to use Ygrene because maybe there's an opportunity for some tax benefits. You have to speak to your own tax professional to get those answers, but there might be some opportunities there. Again, this doesn't show up on your credit. We're not going to affect your debt to income ratios. You can save your credit for an emergency or use it for that swimming pool that you've always wanted. We offer those extended payback periods to get the monthly payment really low. And a lot of times we can show people that there's savings factors involved here as far as energy consumption, meaning let's say your Ygrene assessment is $150 a month, but between the energy efficiency and the lower homeowners insurance that you can experience by even doing this window project, that you can save close to $150 a month. And effectively, you're getting windows for free. So again, the program just opens up a lot of doors of possibility for lots of different people and makes these projects more affordable and more obtainable for a larger group of people.
What do you like best about working with Ygrene?
Ygrene's a great company. Ygrene is a company that's really trying to make a difference in the world as far as financing that is green and energy efficient. And we're really out there trying to offer people affordable solutions so that they can afford these more expensive home improvements. So dealing with contractors and dealing with people like you and dealing with homeowners, it's all been great, and looking forward to where this goes. PACE financing is becoming a very popular way to finance these home improvements, and really, sky's the limit.
Paradise Exteriors is definitely proud to be a partner with Ygrene, and we like best that we're able to help people get affordable windows and roofing projects financed through the program. And it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Pleasure working with you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we hope we answered all your questions today. But if you have any more questions, feel free to comment below or contact us at paradiseexteriors.com. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get our latest videos, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Paradise Exteriors here. Thank you. Have a paradise day.